Okay guys, so I'm just going to show you real quick and simple how to put a V-neck inside of a basic t-shirt or jersey or what have you. So there's only a few things you're going to need, a few items. You're going to need a seam gauge, you're going to need your pencil, your scissors, and you're going to need your stick pin. Here's my jersey, and then here is my collar. So this is done at the straight stitch machine. So I set my seam gauge to 1 1/4. So now I'm just going to take my collar. Again, just like any other collar, you want to fold this in half. And keep in mind that it is striped, so you want those stripes to match up perfectly, as I stated in my last video. So one way to get that, achieve that, is to start one side a little further down, and then you can see better if it's matched up. So I'm just going to stick my pen in there. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So now I'm going to take my seam gauge again. I made it to put it at 1 1/4, and I'm just going to mark a little dot at 1 1/4. Now this pen is pencil is so light, it's kind of hard to see. But actually, I can see it. Okay, so now that I got my marking, I'm going to take the collar and I'm going to start it at an angle. So I'm going to start in this corner and I'm going to create a V. I'm just going to sew a V right here. So I'm going to start from this angle. And now I'm going to back stitch. And now I'm just going to walk it. Now, once I got to that point that I made with my pencil, I'm going to lift up my foot. I'm going to take my pen out. And now I'm going to turn my fabric so that I can finish out my V. And I'm just going to continue right down and back stitch. There's my V. So there's my dot, and that's okay that it's a little under there, but you want to try to get it right on there. But again, that's okay. So that's my V. Now I'm just going to open this up to see how we got that right there. It's perfect. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut to the center of the V. As close as you can get it, but don't cut through it. So now I'm going to fold this one side to another. Actually, I'm going to sew from this side. And I'm going to just walk it. Once I get to my center, my seam, I'm going to move that thread out the way. And that was just a basting stitch, just a stitch to hold this in place. this is what it looks like. I'm going to take this, stick my pin inside the seam. This is the right side. Remember, you always want right sides together. Now the shirt is usually cut to where we are going to place the V-neck at, and this is the cut. It's just a little V. So now I'm going to stick my pin in there like that. And this part is just a little basting so that when I'm serging this V-neck in, the collar won't move and get out of place. And you want to get right up on that needle there. And I know I said that's just a basting stitch, but I like to still back stitch on that part just to secure that in. So now we're gonna head over to the serger. And so far, this is what we have. So it's looking mighty good. So now I'm gonna go over to my serger and serge this in.